This video, I'm going to be talking about 4 things that I find really annoying about Estonians. Big disclaimer, this is a gross generalization. Not all people are same, not all cultures are same. This is something that is just my view and I could be very wrong. Please, while watching, keep that in mind. I will be going from something that is least annoying to the most annoying. Number 4. One of the things that I find really annoying about Estonians overall is that they don't take food when you generally offer them. The culture where I come from, it is considered very rude to eat something and not offer it to somebody else. Now, I have seen that even though I have been with people for more than 5, 6, 7 years, colleagues that I worked with, whenever I offer them something, they never ever take them. It's very difficult to offer something to an Estonian and that they would take. Number 3, drinking as an excuse. I don't really mind drinking. It's part of the culture, of course. It's all good and fine. What I don't really like is when drinking is used as an excuse for the kind of behavior that is not really justified. For example, a guy who has alcohol in his hands, even though he hardly has a drink, or he might not even be drunk, might be engaging in behaviors that are not considered suitable, and these are all socially acceptable because the guy is considered drunk. I know it's very difficult to socialize and you need some kind of a social lubricant to be able to talk to other people. I still think to drink just as a crutch for socializing, I don't think it's a very good habit. It just trashes you and it really makes you dependable on this thing, which is definitely not healthy, no matter which way you look at it. I know so many Estonians, so many of my friends who don't drink, but they are able to warm themselves up in various different kinds of ways. Annoying habit number 2, and this is a little bit serious. Estonians have a big desire to avoid conflict, and this is most seen in social public interactions. Let me give you an example. I have slipped probably 6 times on ice, and out of those 6 times, majority of the times were in public, but there was only 1 time when somebody came and offered me help. I have heard from so many people who have had to face racial attacks, and the worst part is that it was done, whenever it was done in public, and nobody hardly ever came to their help or confronted the person who was doing these things. I think this is something that is very important. And I think this is something that needs to be addressed because I know that there is racism everywhere, and Estonia is not an exception. Pakistan, my country, is not an exception at all. But if we see something that is wrong, if you see something, even if it's in a social situation, I would like to speak up. I would like to speak up in Pakistan. I would like to speak up in Estonia. I would like to speak up in Germany, US, wherever I am, because it's a matter of person, it's not a matter of nationality or race at all. If you believe in something, then you have to stand up for it, no matter what the cost of conflict may be. And the number 1 most annoying thing that I find about Estonians is that they don't stand up for themselves. Estonians are some of the hardest working people I have ever met. I have worked with Germans, I have worked with Swedish people, I have worked with many other nationalities, and let me tell you, Estonians outwork them all. But when it comes to asking for something for themselves, they don't stand up. They would never stand up. Like it just blows my mind. Why don't you think you deserve something more? Estonia has some of the highest inflation in the EU right now. Estonia has the highest rate of rental and property price increase in the whole EU. And I have been speaking for years that the grocery prices in Estonia are absurdly high, but hardly anyone takes that into account. Hardly anyone really talks about it or thinks about it, and this is, I really don't get it. I mean, do you think that you guys don't deserve better, that you don't deserve the best? Because when it comes to other people, when it comes to other cultures, I mean, if it's a conflict in Ukraine, then whole of Estonia would stand up and they would do something that they believe in is the right thing to do. I'm not saying that these 2 things are correlated, but even 5% of this care and love and attention that you have for others, why not ask it for yourself as well? for what you deserve. Thank you for watching. I know this was a little bit heavy video, but I have to get it out because I love Estonia and I am here and I have this desire to make this place much more better. I will understand that if you disagree with me, and you can write that in comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you want me to talk about more things, I can be reached on Instagram and or LinkedIn. Thank you again for watching. Take care and bye bye.